all about it, but Yadanyamia say so far baby redeeming him, whatever be the case, he's in a fraternity and he has to comply by the
rules.
He has to comply by rules and regulations.
If he's,
But Yefrigana na ye call a year Rwanda. A honso asof obinom eho akere wo mu emane nyasem ketwa. It is being stated say about 8,000 churches and the church buildings yatum asebe omu enya sorry beam. What happened a day in the sea?
And the Rwanda no na say yashemra 2018
yeah.
Okay and amra she bejafo ekotena ase no mo shemra se Sesiano, Omen say, and sorry, no dos. I will hold him to Rwanda and Ghana, the abandoned Soria, ye put so pa African countries, then Casaya pass, sorry, and Tinacha say, dos, and Nesaya Munintino, and Soria, a walk room when you na, open same, oh yeah, Soria, o mashamra or why, and Brani Bini said, software, or that's actually no. I was so to me called theological school, ecogy degree. Ebio asori dan na mutim na keka kabado shire no opamocho we enye se yegu asori no nemom e wo nyame kwan so no e wo se mutimi ma asori no e soundproof ene niam nkakra bia ekeka ho na every 2018 ebesi ne that is about 6 years or 7 years ode ye back in kind actually every 2018 eba besi na yeguso am ye ne wo ka say no enkrofukuo bi wo hodoma omunyina sum nyame omsi nyame pass wodenfo enso womu entimi ani samra ne so ne sai munti se me ne wo ka sese ai 8,000 churches and sorry mako 8,000 and ya tutum esan say oma violate some of these rules e bi kra hompo a won ye omadwen say omoto asori ma sofo ni bi ekoshe kuntuna se koye ma no kra ya san acheto wo a asan aka ho a enya sem keto nti mi no ka say dem wudu Rwanda and sorry 8,000 soundproof any sofo ni degree a won nti ya tutum a enya sem keto a and obi ka chere me say ano ye beji degree in theology there any obi ni mu asem ya to but anyways enya Ghana ha ne yaji Rwanda and Omako myself, Baba. Nanka soundproof no dey get correct bow.
Yes, I believe say sound.
But can we must never tune because he any soundproof.
Oh, I'm sure say they've given them ample time. Looking at
5 years,
6 years, actually from 2018 up to offering some wajijeni and their day. Okay, we say to me, Emma Munya experts one be soundproof ne de mamu. Now. I feel like Rwanda as a country, they really mean business.
Yeah.
I think they are one of
Paul Kagame is doing so well.
Yeah.
Because the African country, I said, and then me free Ghana, na menye sika unko US, ne Canada, ne bia, ebia meko Rwanda akotena. Yes, because a country, I said, omo going through war near their dear basa yeah, like everything was messed up. The country was turned upside down. They picked up their mess and then they are doing
sanity.
They are doing marvelously well. And you know, that's what I feel because your back room has a reaction. Now kopiemu adesa now kopiemu bronubia minima. Hey, come and see. Melo, you know what I'm talking about.
Oh.
And yeah.
Even those ones are not in church.
Yeah.
This one outside.
That's outside evangelism.
Yes.
I know.
Outside evangelism.
No, but see, on a real.
You are a bad girl. How can you say here?
Those are some of the songs I am. No, but truth of the matter is that even where
the noise
our office space is situated, you realize that there are some churches around us, and sometimes. Even when you are recording, you realize what is happening.
So right now, the issue people are asking is, can Ghana
do the same
regulate the same thing here? Which I feel it would be a very good initiative.
It just won't be possible.
Think about it, but then again, we know how pastors here are very.
Me, my church, every pastor has a degree in theology, so me, I don't have a problem. The only problem is the soundproof.
No, but let's look at it from this angle.
It will be okay. It will be a very nice idea. It will clear a lot of churches, including Obinim and those.
Obinim my thing. Theology number.
The theology we are talking about, it means they have to get some knowledge in what the Bible is.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. Because
so you
for that water no, on the real, let's call it speed a speed.
Yeah.
I'm not sure you go to one now no video I made it we are say kusio say mampamo if you be all in the name of miracle.
Oh, but miracles exist.
Miracle exists.
Miracle exists. There is no rat miracle.
Recently, I saw someone vomiting
Snake.
a python.
Snake.
A python.
That is a practical rehearsal.
When practice meet what?
Preparations. It's a practical rehearsal. Melu, can you tell me that I'm vomiting a snake and the snake comes? How do I say it?
Already, you're folded at that.
Folded.
It was real, though. It was real.
It will be real. Those animals, when you go to, is that place the soldier people come there? They will be giving it. Yes, they'll be giving it to you. Those animals, until you have striking it or something very hard, it won't react to. Those type of pythons, they don't react just like that. That is how come they say when you meet them and they want to attack you, it means it has to do with spiritual meanings and everything. They do not attack by themselves. So I can tell you 100% point blank that why I rehearse no do one abobon on your one friend and then it's true. People can do things for money.
Pastor,
you dear pastor. You nagasa are sitting there look at the pastor
name from. No, but at the end of the day, Ghana Hanum say looking at the initiative of Rwanda President Paul Kagame in our country. You asked the question if it will be possible. It is a very big impossible, impossible.
Impossibly can't.
Do you know why?
Our parliamentarians will not even think about it because it will cost their election. It will cost their
That's
votes.
what I'm saying. Most of the churches here and the pastors and the leaders of the church are politically inclined.
Yeah.
And affiliated to some of the political parties. Some of them get their benefits when certain parties are in power. And to waiver power. If I say MPP about power, how can MPP go and tell this particular pastor that go and get a degree in theology and make sure that your church is soundproof, else I'll come and close down your church.
But when most these of the Pentecostal churches have money, they can do it.
They can do it. When these are the same pastors who have been prophesying
about
you win the election.
Yeah.
How are we going to do it?
Most of our pastors are politically
But it would
oriented.
have been because see, the churches in this country that we don't know is more than the ones we know. It's more than the known ones like the Action Chapel, the Pentecost. See, sometimes you can be walking and you will see a building and the name
Cross of Jesus Evangelical Ambassadorial Disciple
Break Jill International.
Thank you. Look at that. The kind of churches. I don't know if they register all of them, but if they should bring registration for churches,
people don't even know. Do you know what?
I realized that most of the one-man churches, they don't register them. When I think a colleague, I don't know if it's a colleague or a church member, decided to marry from another church, and the lady's pastor was like, sorry, because me sorry near register.
Just look at it.
Look at that.
But seriously, I think on a more serious note, if our parliamentarians should think about this really, dispassionately, not thinking about their political affiliation and what they will benefit.
Why is Melo talking as if he's not in Ghana?
No, I understand. Say it will be very hard, but everything we can learn. As we were saying, Rwanda now they were left with nothing.
Yeah.
These were a country that had gone into a very deplorable state.
Yeah.
No governance system.
Nothing.
But see how even when you go to Rwanda, you can't even litter on the floor. You can't litter. Exactly. With a soundproof success. I think
it's a very best idea because sometimes you can enter. Normally there are some of the churches not Omako High school buildings. Edu Sundays.
And funny thing is, in churches, if you don't make noise, people will not hear about your church and come and fellowship. So why,
So the noise is just compulsory.
The noise is a must. As for the noise, you must make it to get people to know that
you are here.
Active.
So one kora school dying compound, especially the government schools like the Ebia Kaneshi cluster of schools,
MA.
You enter, and yet one class, this person is here. You realize that about 4 or 5 churches in the same space, they don't Sabe, I far dream continue and imagine
them on a five. Also,
Ufia was good. I know. Ufia was good.
I don't understand the one question.
The one question I say, Ebia may a friend saying Adventist.
But also, let's look at it. Is this one way to clamp down on worshiping? Like, you know, because as I said, Muslims. So
it's not only churches, please.
Okay.
Mosques
are part. Yes,
yes. Mosques are included. So I think that this is not about Christianity.
No, it has nothing. It's just on noise making, and so they don't. Someone said they don't obey it too much, and they want to find a way to group them so that they know that these are the kind of people who are qualified. Okay, so you know that nobody is duping anybody, and most of the times, one thing I've studied is that illiteracy has a long way in affecting the way and manner of the prophet, pastor, whatsoever. I'm not doing any comparison, but you know a pastor who is wako school, you're training, no, ain't it a bit difficult? Say ubehu Pentecost, apostolic, those kind of pastors, no, indulge in some acts. It's not possible. I'm not saying they are saints, but because of the theological mannerisms and the trainings they've got, they know that way it's against doctrine, way is against the Bible. They can differentiate. But unlike some people I know, they turn into fishes, mame water, everything. They can turn into anything. Somebody even turn to cobra.
Yeah.
It's
and of course circle.
I don't know, but I think Evangelist Mama Pat has a say. God has a say. She must really have a say.
You're taking us to another section of our lives.
See that? Me want to say, Rwanda for this initiative of Mafano is to curb noise making.
Yeah, which is a good thing.
Yes, and provide serenity. Imagine, sorry, dying AC, a hospital, na yarifu guma. And you you get it. And I think there is another way they are trying to make it a must so that leaders of churches would be educated. You know, because somebody, Mama part me quote Bible.
Recently, I saw a video at a church. You know, she was actually fighting with a church member because, you know, there's a susu that and the person said that last week she didn't come to church, so she's coming for her money. But the way this woman, I'm sorry, I'm laughing. That you know how this woman is so raw. She goes back.
Evangelist.
But seriously, talking about the soundproof, I'm really particular about that. But if that is what we Ghanaians would want to emulate, I think it would also make the pastors to extort a lot from the congregation. I'm saying this because if Rwanda has done it, and just as we are saying, say if Ghanaians want to do it. You know, time, because our pastors.
I believe it's impossible. It's not going to be possible. And then if we decide to close down churches who don't have those certificates and the soundproof, as I told you, my pastor has the certificate, but my church doesn't have the soundproof, so they have to close mine. Maybe before and the church I attend, before now, it will be choked. It will be even worse.
And yet choke because I feel like the system of Catholics. Oko places are. Then finally say this road, you will find just one Catholic church, just one. You know why? Person baby so any bebre. And then you call first mass, you call second mass, you call third mass
in the same church,
in the same building. Into but met me be a quasole persona be who made that. Because on no de be over first mass, and I'm so de be my register second mass. So I think say, though one way or the other no ebe ha drain there, but ebe buan so ama sebe wasoli
sika ebe
kofem
Yeah.
And say ka say
Just that
extorting
future
money.
impossible things.
Yeah,
It won't
they
happen
are
in Ghana.
extorting money.
That's the only thing.
We all know say be so for nebo beka say I say yenye soundproof enti e gba afore. Enti say e gba afore na wie na yenya sika dodo a yebetimi dia soundproof na. Yes, soundproof ni we akwan men so be na obefa so sika foforo free me ho.
Because will be a branch of no say soundproof.
Who be a branch foforo.
Now one Manchester City, they have a still something.
Maintenance fee.
They have. Listen, I went to a church and I was shocked. I had to pay offering 4 times before I left the church.
Wow.
4. The first one was the normal Kofi Nyama offering they pay every time. The second one I don't know the name. The third one they say some woman and then God have anointed it and they say we are going to pass suffer and we did the offering. Last whatever is in your pocket bring it. And the song you can't sit down. You can't sit down. I paid 4 times and when I was going I was crying. 5
Obi asumo.
20 Ghana.
Oko asole.
10K and fish money. Debbie, you can't go to church every day. Sometimes they invite you and your you know those things. And everybody. So if me that I don't normally like paying offering, I'm paying 5 cedis. The people who pay offering, how much are they paying? So you go to church one day and because of 4 times, do you understand? There are lots of things happening, a lot of things happening in the churches. But just that, as I was saying, that Uganda thing, so Rwanda thing, it can't happen in Ghana. Because by the time...
We can try it. We can try it.
No, you know,
counting the church, the kind of churches that are registered, no, if you count them, they are 500. The ones that are not registered are 2 billion. How are you going to follow the ones that are not registered?
The thing is that yekasi yebeye.
But
a corrupt system like Ghana makes it impossible for us to do and very difficult. Yes, on my net timuno. Empanimfo na nkasa no bebre na nso wo ho question mark akrakasi wo ho omo those who even go and bring that law who go and sit down make the bill and pass it into a law no kra no
ebi mo ma ye pastors
ebi mo yere no me pastors ebi no nana no me pastors ebi mo nua no me pastors ne ade
lele nkumekuni
when my suggestion about say we should think about implementing this in Ghana and India is
impossible. Me say a future impossible things.
I just say bia yenyane atamils no oba.
I just say ye Ghana nyina na nyina yesan. Na obi wo e wo ba bi ne ye de beto ha. Start and we a different story. But right now
but seriously, Rwanda, let's also acknowledge the fact that Rwanda has actually made Africans I don't know how to say, but I say Oma project Africa in a very good way.
Yeah.
Because despite the fact that they were like a nobody when it comes to governance and all of that, you know, people are now going to their country to learn a lot. So I think if Africans are really serious, like some African countries like Ghana, Nigeria,
we will learn from them.
I think it will be a very good thing. I don't know, but that's what I think.
Rwanda more good. Maybe I'm more good backside diamond and everything.
School out here social studies. They catch Rwanda full good.
When I saw one here, NCR they are not rich. They are not rich. That's right.
You know, more resources.